Hello everyone, welcome. I'm just trying to make sure I got you all here in the camera. I know I'm a couple minutes late. We were out running a few errands and in the beautiful winter day. It's definitely snowy outside, but it's gorgeous out there. So anyways, today I wanted to share with you a nice wintry snowy card. And you know how I love this flocked vellum. So this is the specialty vellum. It comes with, there's the flock snowflakes. There is some snow like this. It just has the speckled and it's all vellum in the background. And then there's a few sheets that also have like the glittery one. So like the, I'm not sure what you call that. The, you know what I mean. Anyways, it's got the shiny one. There's snow and then there's snowflakes as well. So we're going to use some of that today. I've got a whole bin here of scraps of that stuff from different projects that I've made, and there's no way that I can waste that. So today we're going to use that, some of the scrap pieces. And I also found this in my little stash and completely forgot about it. This is the 6x6 in color glimmer paper. So this is for the new in colors that came out, I guess not necessarily new anymore, but this year with the Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Orchid Oasis, and all of those. But today we're going to use the Tahitian Tide. And I love this because it has such a gradient of color from the dark all the way down to the light. So it's just super, super pretty. And today we're going to use the Tahitian Tide. Doesn't that just look like a snowy wonderland to you? I just think it's stunning. Anyways, we're going to do that today. I have just a piece of regular basic white thick cardstock, and this measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. And so I don't know if you know this or not. This is something that I learned. When you score your cardstock, the side that goes indented, so where you make the score, is the outside of your fold. So the inside part is actually where the bump is. And that's going to give you your fold. So I would have always thought that it went the other way, right? The bump would be the outside, but that is not the way it works. So anyways, there's just some random information for you. Okay, so I've got this piece of white here, and then I've got this piece of the glimmer paper, which I actually cut a little bit off of this side and a little bit off of this side so that we had more of the gradient and it wasn't all dark or all light. And I've cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to add that to the front of our card. And I'm going to use Stampin' Seal just because this cardstock or specialty glimmer paper is just a little bit heavier than regular cardstock. So I want to make sure it's going to stick. And I find the seal is a little bit, sticks on just a little bit better. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there. I'm going to just center it onto my card. Okay, and we've got that on there. Now this beautiful snowflake paper, what we're going to do, because I don't want to waste even a little bit of it, is I'm going to cut out these snowflakes and use them on my card front. And so I'm going to actually, I have a few that I've already cut out here. But I am going to cut out another one. So I've got this one here. Like, look how pretty those are. And I cut out a little one. And then I've also got this. So I'm going to cut out one more. Because even these ones that aren't whole snowflakes on here, I can cut them out and add them to the edge of my project. So I'm going to just literally follow along here. I'm not cutting right against the snowflake. I'm leaving a little bit of a border with the vellum. I think vellum is just so underused. It's such a beautiful product. Like, it just adds a softness to whatever you're making. And actually, I'm going to share with you here sometime this week a project with the new Fitting Florets bundle that came out this month. It's a pre-order bundle that's available. It was available starting November 1st. And it has some Christmas components to it that are only available until the end of December, I think the end of December. And then when the new catalog, the new mini is released, it's not going to be available anymore. So, but the actual Fitting Florets, which has some florals, and will be available. So it's a pre-release for the next catalog is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we've got some snowflakes cut out here. Before I go ahead and adhere those, because I kind of want to just sort of play with them a bit, I'm going to stamp on a scrap piece of basic white in Tahitian Tide. So in the same color as my glimmer paper, I'm going to stamp the word joy. Now, joy is coming out of the Merriest Moment stamp set, which has some beautiful poinsettias and the leaves, foliage that go along with that, the berries, of course, and then some really, really pleasant sentiments and words to go on your card. So it's a really great Christmas set. But I'm going to use the Tahitian Tide because I want to keep my card like as focused on this glitter as I can. You know me, I love the glitter. And actually, I do not want to stamp on this piece. The reason is I'm going to stamp on here because I want to punch it out with my oval punch. So I need a bigger piece. So I'm going to just hold that down there and let the ink transfer onto my paper. Let's close this up. Okay. And then I'm going to take my oval punch, which does not get used as much as it should in my crafting. I don't know why not, but I'm going to go ahead, and I like to do this upside down. So I'm going to center joy in there. And then I do want this top piece as well. So I'm going to make sure that I get that punched out as well. I'm going to keep both those pieces. So in the back here, if you're not familiar with our punches, they sandwich up and then there's a lock. And the reason that is it holds it tight so that you can store them. When it's not in storage and you want to use it, you need to release that lock and now it's ready to punch. Okay, so just so you know, if you're new to our punches, that's what that's all about. Okay, so now we've got this beautiful joy here that I'm actually just going to layer it white on white. I think it just gives it a little bit of extra dimension on there, but I really like that kind of serrated border on there with the snowflakes. You'll see it looks really pretty. The other thing we're going to use today is just a little piece of the silver twine, and this comes in a package with silver and gold, and we're going to use that today. So let's start building our card here. We've got our card front. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put our snowflakes on here, and I'm going to just kind of lay it out first before I put it together and see sort of how I want this to go. I'm not 100%. I'm going to put my sentiment up here, which is why I'm kind of not putting anything there right now. That might work. We'll see. And then we'd put our sentiment up here. Guess we could put it over here. There, that might work. Hey, how's that? What do you think? If we just put it like this? I think I like that. Okay, so we're going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere these on. I'm going to just use a little bit of, glue dots would probably work pretty good for these snowflakes. I'm just going to use a tiny little bit of the white glue and try to stick it kind of behind where the white parts are so that you can't see it through to the front. Okay, just going to stick a little bit on like that. Stick that down and let it dry. And you could stick these up with dimensionals too if you wanted to, but the problem with vellum is that you can see through it. So unless you get your dimensionals really strategically placed behind the white, you're going to be able to see them. So it's probably not necessary. And see how we got this little edge piece here just kind of stuck against the side? You can use all your snowflakes, so don't waste any of them. They're so beautiful. Like until you really see these flock snowflakes in person, you just can't understand how gorgeous they are. They are absolutely stunning. Okay, so I'm just going to decide something here. I'm going to just kind of put this silver twine behind like this. And then I'm going to put my joy on here. So I'm just trying to decide about dimensionals is what I'm trying to do. I think I'm going to keep it simple. So if you're new here to Cards and Coffee is all about doing quick and easy cards in 15 minutes or less on your lunch hour. So we try not to make it too complicated, which you can see this card's not complicated at all, but they're stunning, right? We can make beautiful things without having all of the gadgets and without having to spend hours at a time. And of course, sometimes we like to do that. We like to spend the time and we like to have all the gadgets, but it's not always possible. And so we are also going to go ahead and make some of these quick and easy cards, which I think is a lot of fun. Okay, so let's just put that there, and I kind of need to just get over top of my card. It's kind of hard when I'm in the camera because I can't really see exactly what I'm doing. Usually I like to add the twine to the back of my sentiment and then stick it on, but I didn't want it to be right underneath of the white. I wanted it to kind of be more against the paper, if that makes sense. And then just kind of stick out. Now this little end, I just kind of want to stick it in there, I think. Or out. Let me take a look at that, people. I gotta take a peek. Now this liquid glue, you're gonna have to kind of give it a second to dry on this glimmer paper. It's really not drying up really fast. Anyways, there we go. I think that looks really pretty. We could, of course, add some more bling to it, but I won't do it. There's plenty of glitter on here. But some of the matte dots actually in the Tahitian Tide color, I think would look really pretty on here, or some of the pearls, the white pearls. There's also the festive, I think they're called, I don't know if they're called festive pearls or festive rhinestones, I can't remember, but those would look really nice. They're more of a neutral color. The other thing you could use on here to add a little bit of snow would be what is that called? Let me grab it. Would be this gorgeous pearlescent, the pearlized enamel effects. So that it has it here in the white, the red, or the black. So if you wanted to have more color, you could add some red little berries on here somehow. Or the white would make really pretty little snowflakes in the background if you wanted to fill in some of this space here with that. Or even accentuate some of your snowflakes. But isn't that just pretty? Very, very simple. A good way to use your scraps. So do not throw your scraps away. Do not throw away these snowflakes. They're so pretty. And just a simple sentiment on there. And we've got a gorgeous Christmas card. So I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, just share it with other people that you think that might enjoy some crafting. Thumbs up. And thank you so much for being here. And we will talk to you again soon. Happy stamping. Bye.